Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Tava Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jananaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha. Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Lakshmi Nrsimha, Jaya Lakshmi Nrsimha. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Mm-hmm.
The verse is here, 29 meters, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And just give us a minute before we start chanting so that we bring the book.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, Chapter 25, Verse 29, The Glories of Devotional Service. Yo yogo bhagavad bhano nirvan atmas tvayotihat kitrishaha kati changani yatas tattva bodahan. Yaha, which yogiha, mystic yoga process, Bhagavat Bhanaha, aiming at the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nirvana Atman, or embodied of Nirvana, Tvaya, by you, Uditaha, explained, Kitrishaha, of what nature, Kati, how many, Cha, and Angani, branches, Yataha, by which, Tattva, of the truth, Avabodhanam, understanding, Translation. The mystic yoga system, as you have explained, aims at the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is meant for completely ending material existence. Please let me know the nature of that yoga system. How many ways are there by which one can understand in truth that sublime yoga? Purport. There are different kinds of mystic yoga systems aiming for different phases of the absolute truth. The Jnana Yoga system aims at the impersonal Brahman effulgence, and the Hatha Yoga system aims at the localized personal aspect, the Paramatma feature of the absolute truth. Whereas Bhakti Yoga or devotional service, which is executed in 9 different ways, headed by hearing and chanting, aims at complete realization of the Supreme Lord. There are different methods of self-realization, but here Devahuti especially refers to the Bhakti Yoga system, which has already been primarily explained by the Lord. The different parts of the Bhakti Yoga system are hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping the Lord in the temple, accepting service to Him, carrying out His orders, making friendship with Him, and ultimately surrendering everything for the service of the Lord. The word Nirvana Atman is very significant in this verse. Unless one accepts the process of devotional service, one cannot end the continuation of material existence. As far as Jnanis are concerned, they are interested in Jnana Yoga, but even if one elevates oneself after a great performance of austerity to the Brahman effulgence, there is a chance of falling down again to the material world. Therefore, Jnana Yoga does not actually end material existence. Similarly, regarding the Hatha Yoga system, which aims at the localized aspect of the Lord Paramatma, it has been experienced that many yogis, such as Vishwamitra, fall down. But Bhakti Yoga, once approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead, never come back to this material world, as it is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Yad Gata na nirvantante. Upon going, one never comes back. Yukta deham puna janma naiti. After giving up this body, he never comes back again to accept a material body. Nirvana does not finish the existence of the soul. The soul is ever existing. Therefore, nirvana means to end one's material existence. And to end material existence means to go back home, back to Godhead. Sometimes it is asking how the living entity falls down from the spiritual world to the material world. Here is the answer. Unless one is elevated to the Vaikuntha planets, directly in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is prone to fall down. Neither for the impersonal Brahman realization or from an aesthetic trance of meditation. Another word in this verse, Bhagwan Banaha, is very significant. Bana means arrow. The Bhakti Yoga system is just like an arrow aiming up to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Bhakti Yoga system never urges one towards the impersonal Brahman effulgence or to the point of Paramatma realization. This bana or arrow is so sharp and swift that it gives directly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, penetrating the regions of impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma. The mystic yoga system, as you have explained, aims at the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is meant for completely ending material existence. Please let me know the nature of that yoga system. How many ways are there by which one can understand the truth that sublime yoga? So, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So here Krishna is speaking about the different kinds of yoga, and Krishna says the Bhakti Yoga is the highest of all the yoga, and compared to the Jnana Yoga and Hatha Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga is very easy and simple and sublime, because it gives us direct to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. No? Bana, arrow, barn. So this barn says direct points to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why it's Devahuti is giving real point on Bhakti Yoga, because this is the highest of all and is very pleasing to the heart and to the soul to perform Bhakti Yoga and serve Krishna. There are 9 processes of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedan. Here Prabhupada is saying that all these kinds of devotional service brings us to Krishna. And Prabhupada has performed all. No? He wanted to go to America to fulfill his spiritual master's desire. As he said, whenever you get money, you preach in Western language, Western countries. So Prabhupada, even it was not easy to get ticket for the ship. And after all, he got the ticket because this lady, she saw the determination of Srila Prabhupada, and she gave the ticket to the ship that Prabhupada can go to America. And in the boat, Prabhupada got heart attack also. And Krishna came and he said, "Don't worry, I am the captain of your boat." So Prabhupada has so much love of Krishna that he tolerates all kinds of bodily inconvenience. He was not young, he was very old, but still he fulfilled his spiritual master's desire. So then he came to America. He was sitting under a tree and chanting, and young boys started to come and started to support Srila Prabhupada in all different ways. Temples were open. So Prabhupada did hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, everything. He was so much beloved to Krishna that Krishna was always with him. And Prabhupada opened temples in the whole world. And in his old age, he wrote how many books? 80 years. And they are all translated in all different languages. So, no ordinary person can do like that. Only pure devotee of Lord Krishna can do that, because Krishna is always with him. No? And when Krishna is so, what devotee prays for the benefit of the whole community, whole world, Krishna is always there in front of Srila Prabhupada, yes. And it's all done one by one, yeah. Prabhupada has also very difficult times to Bombay temple. You know the story, how it was the devotees, young devotees, not so experienced in Indian style. They paid already the money for the temple buying. And this person was a cheater. He used to take money from different places and somehow cancelled the contract. Like this he was cheating. And Prabhupada prayed that to Lord Nishingadev. And you know what happened? At night, this person, you remember the name of the person? Yeah. Nair, yes. Mr. Nair, yes. He was dead. Next morning, news came, Mr. Nair is dead. No? So Nishingadev just tear his chest apart. So, because Prabhupada is so much devoted to Krishna, and he has so much love for Krishna, and he has so much love for the whole world, how people are suffering. So Nishingadev is also with Prabhupada. You know? So this is how we are sitting here by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And his disciples and his disciples. No? This parampara will go on because Krishna is there with this parampara. And we are so fortunate to be here. This Mataji is making nice givings. So it will be offered to Lord Nishingadev Arti. Yeah? So service, any service you do, it goes direct to Nishingadev. Like Hanuman, no? He's the best servant of Lord Ram. Hanuman is a monkey, half monkey, half man. So, he was from the childhood, when he was born, he was so powerful that nobody could control him. He was doing all kind of mischiefs. And when he got so hungry, and he said to Mata, Mata, I'm hungry. What can I eat? And Mata said, whatever you find red, you can eat. Means fruits, yeah? So Hanuman, Jai Prahlad Lakshmi Nishingadev ki Jai. So Hanuman saw up, oh, there is something red. This must be a very good fruit. It was the sun. And he just jumped and put the sun in the mouth. Everything became black. The sun is very powerful, but Hanuman, because he's a devotee of Lord Ram, so he was so powerful. So then whole world became dark. Hey, what happened? And then demigods found out that here is small boy, he has swollen the sun god, the whole sun. So they came and said, dear child, please open your mouth and let the sun go. He will not do that. What to do now? So Indra took his Rajadant and throw on Hanuman. It hit here, and his mouth was open, and sun quickly escaped. So then Hanuman became unconscious, fell down. Vayu got upset. You know the Vayu, son. He's the son of Vayu. So he took Hanuman and went in the cave. So what happened now? No air. We can live without water 3 days, without food maybe 1 week or more, little, I don't know exactly. But with air, one cannot live. Air is the most element for our life. So everybody started to suffocate, no air. So then all the demigods said, what's going on now? They found out Vayu is not doing his service. It happens in our temples. No? Somebody sick, he or she cannot do, now who will do the service now? We have to always find some devotee jumps in. So nice, no? To serve Nishinga there. Okay, I will do, no problem. No? So is the devotion. So then the demigods came to Vayu and they request him to release the air. And Vayu said, in one condition, if you bring my Hanuman back to consciousness. So then the demigods, they brought Hanuman back to consciousness. And all the demigods give him blessings for different things. And that's why Hanuman became very powerful, because he got power from all the demigods. So then he grew up. He has to go to Gurukul. Nobody wants him in Gurukul because he was so mischievous. There are very nice little stories about how Hanuman was very mischievous. What he does, he goes in the forest and he take one elephant, tie on sages are living in the huts now. So he tie the elephant in the front door, tiger in the back door. So in the morning when the sages come, want to go to their service, mornings, bath and everything. They open the door, there is a tiger, there is an elephant, so they could not come out of the hut. So then, so they were doing so many, he was throwing their paraphernalia in the water with other Nal and Nil, they were also with him. They were throwing, and so like pots and, sages have not so many things, but whatever, they just throw in the water. It sinks in the water. So then all the sages got together, did the Ishtagosti. Now what to do with Hanuman and this Nal and Nil, what to do with them. So said, no, we don't want to curse them because they have big service to do. Sages know what will happen. So we just do like this. We just give them the short curse, like not real curse, but that they forget their power. So Hanuman, from today you forget your power. So Hanuman forgot his power, he became like a normal child. And Nal Nil, what they did to him, he said, okay, whatever they throw in the water, it will float, so they can collect their things back. So then, yes. So these were the Hanuman, and then they grew, and Lord Ramchandra came in the forest to find Mother Sita. They met Hanuman, Sugriv, and Mother Sita was kidnapped. So they went to find Mother Sita. Lord Ramchandra and all the monkey army, they came to the ocean, now to cross the ocean. So then they said, Nal Nil can throw stones, they will float. because they have this boon. So then they were throwing the stones, make the bridge. And Hanuman was the one who found Mother Sita and gave the news to Ram. So this is the Hanuman's service to Lord Ram. So, and Prahlad Maharaj was always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlad. He could not kill Prahlad because Krishna was protecting him. And at the end, you all know the stories. Nishingadev appeared. And now Nishingadev is here with us. We are with him. Yeah. Meet Prahlad Maharaj sitting on the lap of Nishingadev. So, yes, this is devotional service to Lord. So, are there any questions? Yeah. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Taji. So, while we were reading in the airport, one question came to my mind when Prabhupada always mentions the 9 processes of devotional service. So it starts with hearing, chanting, remembering, and so on, until the last one is, he says, and ultimately surrendering everything for the service of the Lord. So my understanding was that the 9 devotional service processes are can be practiced separately. But when I read, the question came to my mind: is it like a gradual process from hearing, chanting until surrendering? Because you cannot, practice surrender separately before hearing and chanting and hearing about the Lord. You know what I mean? Like some acquaintance needs to be there before we surrender into Krishna. We can't practice surrendering separately, or even building up, making friendship with Him. This also cannot be practiced alone. Do you get my question?
Yeah.
Because Prabhupada said at some points, even one process is enough to attain perfection. So what are your thoughts about this?
Yes. Prabhupada said that even one of them is even enough for getting love of Krishna. And so Shravanam, Kirtanam, remembering Krishna. So Prabhupada in even Bhagavad Gita, he said, even remembering Krishna is like when you see water, you remember it is the taste of Krishna. So remembering Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting. So this process is, we start with the hearing, because hearing is most important. If you hear, then you practice. So karna, the ears, are the most important. Through that we get the knowledge. So by hearing, one can understand that how to serve Krishna. So then slowly by practicing Krishna consciousness, one comes to these different levels that one wants to do more and more service and more surrender. And by the mercy of spiritual master, by the mercy of Krishna, by the mercy of his devotees, we can easily understand the goal of life, because devotees are very merciful. They give us all the ingredients how to serve Krishna. Through the devotee, one gets Krishna, and through the Krishna, one gets Krishna. So